In April 2026, a single financial network operating on the other side of the planet processed over 22.3 billion transactions. That is roughly 8,600 transactions every single second. It has quietly become the world's largest retail fast payment system by transaction volume. And here is the crazy part. Despite its massive scale, many people outside India have never heard of it. The world's largest payment network isn't Visa. It isn't MasterCard. It isn't Apple Pay. It's India's UPI. Welcome to Curious Minds podcast. I am Chloé. As a former Wall Street architect, I've spent my life studying systems. And if you live in the US or Europe, you are intimately familiar with the friction of the modern checkout. You buy a $5 coffee, you tap your card, and a hidden toll booth activates. A private company skims a merchant fee off the top. We are conditioned to just, accept this. We operate under this outdated assumption that massive financial innovation has to come from walled gardens like Apple or PayPal. Then I traveled to India. What I saw completely changed how I think about money. Because India didn't build a better payment app, it reinvented money as public infrastructure. Economists increasingly call this model digital public infrastructure, public digital rails that private companies can innovate on top of. Let me set the scene. Over the winter holiday, I spent a few weeks traveling across India, covering Mumbai and Delhi. I'm totally a fan. The energy is incredible. But while I was there, you know what? Wall Street brain just couldn't turn off. I was watching a street vendor selling snacks for mere pennies. There was no cash register. There was no expensive point-of-sale terminal. I reached for my wallet. The vendor smiled. He didn't ask for cash. He didn't ask for a card. He simply pointed at a faded QR code taped to a plastic jar. A quick scan, and the money was transferred instantly. And it wasn't just him. Today, even street musicians, temple donation boxes, fruit sellers, taxi drivers, and roadside tea stalls display the QR code. It is everywhere. I had to ask myself, how is this possible at this scale? That's when I noticed something else. Nobody was asking me which bank I used. Nobody asked which app I had open. In the West, if you have Cash App, you can't send money to someone's Venmo. It's a walled garden. The US has instant payment rails like FedNow and RTP, but they primarily provide settlement infrastructure between participating financial institutions. Goes one step further by exposing an open consumer layer that any compatible app can use. Launched in 2016 by the National Payments Corporation of India, UPI features an entirely open architecture. Imagine if your Apple Cash could instantly and seamlessly send money to someone's Venmo. That is what India built. You link your bank to a third-party app, like Google Pay or Phone Pay, and send money to absolutely anyone, regardless of which app the receiver uses. Here's what surprised me most. The government didn't try to build the next Google Pay. It built the road and let everyone else compete on top of it. The product managers and builders listening. UPI is the ultimate masterclass in balancing desirability, feasibility, and viability at a national scale. Most tech products optimize for short-term viability by building proprietary walled gardens that extract rents. UPI flipped the script, achieving mass desirability through radical simplicity and zero friction, while securing systemic feasibility through open public rails. The lesson? When you design infrastructure instead of a product, you stop competing for a slice of the market and start engineering the entire playing field. And its timing? Unbeatable. Its adoption surged during COVID because it provided a frictionless, contactless way to transact.
And the major driver? For you, the customer. And for small merchants, peer-to-peer and everyday transactions carry zero fees. Zero. But here is where the story goes from a tech win to a human revolution. When you replace physical cash with a digital footprint, you start banking the unbanked. For millions of people, a digital payment history becomes a financial identity. That makes it easier to access formal credit, insurance, and other financial services. Because of this digital inclusion, bank account ownership for women in India rose from 43% in 2014 to 77% in 2017. And they didn't stop at smartphones. They knew they had to innovate beyond the digitally connected. Features like UPI 123 Pay allow users with basic feature phones to make payments via a simple missed call or interactive voice response. Meanwhile, UPI Lite X uses near-field communication to allow offline transactions in areas with absolutely zero internet connectivity. So, we've gone from a street vendor in Delhi to a macroeconomic shift. And now, this system is crossing borders. UPI is expanding globally to serve the Indian diaspora and tourists. It's in Singapore, the UAE, and, it's even in France. You can now book your Eiffel Tower tickets online using UPI before you've even left for the airport. When you solve a problem for the most vulnerable, you build a system powerful enough to export to the globe. Which brings us to the core realization. Other countries built payment companies. India built payment infrastructure. Those are not the same thing. Some countries treat payments as products to be monetized. India treated digital payments as public infrastructure. The system is currently supported by government infrastructure incentives, though I'll be honest, there is a live debate in Parliament right now on whether the biggest commercial players should eventually contribute to help the system scale long-term. If we want to understand the future of global systems, we have to look outside the walled gardens we are so used to. We need to look at how open architecture can literally rewrite the societal code of a nation. Every civilization builds roads. Some build highways. India built one for money. The next time your phone makes a payment, ask yourself, is it traveling through a toll booth or a public highway? Finance may not be built by the company with the best app. It may be built by the country with the best rails. If this episode changed how you view the digital rails we ride every day, share it with a friend who loves big systems, or leave us a rating on your favorite podcast app. It truly helps people to find these conversations and build a strong community. I'm Chloe, and this is Curious Minds Podcast. Stay curious, stay sharp.